It's rare in today's NFL landscape to see a 31-year-old quarterback enter what amounts to a do-or-die season. But for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, 2025 could be exactly that, a crossroads moment where the future of the franchise quarterback hangs precariously in the balance. After a roller coaster 2024 campaign marked by injuries and inconsistency, Prescott's star seems to be flickering. Last season, Prescott was limited to just 8 games due to a nagging hamstring injury. When he was on the field, the numbers were underwhelming for a player once touted as the Cowboys' savior and the highest-paid signal caller in NFL history. His stat line, 11 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, hardly inspired confidence or championship optimism. With Dallas now looking to lean on a newly revamped receiving core headlined by CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, Prescott will hope to rediscover his elite form in 2025. But whispers around the league suggest the Cowboys' patience might be wearing dangerously thin. Enter Cam Newton. The outspoken former NFL MVP and 2015 Offensive Player of the Year has never been shy about sharing his brutally honest takes, and his latest prediction has sent shockwaves through Cowboys Nation. Newton boldly asserted that if Dallas fails to reach the Super Bowl this season, the franchise will not hesitate to move on from Prescott. And who's his pick to replace the incumbent? None other than Arch Manning, the prodigious young quarterback currently carving out a name for himself in college football. This isn't just idle speculation. Newton's comment shines a harsh spotlight on Prescott's precarious standing within the Cowboys' hierarchy. The veteran's inability to break through in the playoffs, coupled with the franchise's growing desire for a long-term answer at quarterback, could spell trouble for Dak's future in Texas. But let's put things in perspective. The path from the University of Texas to AT&T Stadium is anything but straightforward for Arch Manning. The younger Manning scion, nephew of legendary brothers Peyton and Eli, is still in the infancy of his collegiate career. Most prognosticators expect him to stay at Texas through at least the 2027 season, refining his skills and fully preparing for the rigors of the NFL. If he declares early for the draft, an event that won't come until 2026 at the soonest, the Cowboys would have to maneuver a top-5 pick to acquire him. That's a tall order for a franchise accustomed to playoff appearances and usually sitting comfortably in the middle or upper tier of the draft board. Financial realities further complicate any potential quarterback shakeup. Dak Prescott's contract carries mammoth salary cap hits, roughly $74 million in 2026 and $68 million in 2027, numbers that severely limit Dallas's flexibility. Any decision to part ways with Prescott would almost certainly require a massive restructuring or a contract extension to manage the cap fallout. Beyond the financial maze lies Prescott's on-field legacy, one that's been a source of frustration for fans and analysts alike. Since taking over as the Cowboys starter in 2016, Dak's playoff resume reads like a cautionary tale. A 2-5 record and no appearances beyond the divisional round. For a franchise that lives and dies by postseason success, that's simply not enough. This offseason, Dallas dipped into the quarterback market by trading a 5th-round pick to the New England Patriots for Joe Milton, a move that signals the team's desire to keep options open at the position. While Milton is far from a guaranteed answer, the acquisition hints at the Cowboys' willingness to explore alternatives should Dak falter again. Is Arch Manning just a pipe dream? For now, yes. The timeline and logistics make it almost impossible for the Cowboys to pivot to the Texas phenom in the immediate future. Yet Newton's remarks capture a growing sentiment. Prescott's tenure under the bright lights of Dallas may not be as secure as many assume, especially under the watchful eye of new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. In other words, Prescott understands the weight on his shoulders. This season isn't just about stats or contracts. It's about salvaging a legacy that still feels unfinished. For the Cowboys, the clock is ticking. The question is, will Dak be the man to lead them to glory, or is a new chapter, one starring Arch Manning, looming just over the horizon? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. The NFL's most star-crossed quarterback story might be entering its most dramatic act yet.